attitudes.
Bloomingdale singled her out as their favorite model, but she's Robert De Niro's favorite girl. Tuki Smith is here.
Comedian Gilbert Gottfried tells us how he came to Pee Wee Herman's defense, but how only half the world got to hear him.
Meet a man who makes a living shopping and loves it. He's Patt, host of Lifetime's exciting new game show, Shop Till You Drop.
Bruised, battered, and in love. Find out why some women who are victims of domestic violence don't leave their batterers.
And clever Cleaver fix a fabulous dish just for your family.
And it's all coming up next.
Now, Linda Dano and Jerry Penacoli.
Hi, folks. Thank you. How are you doing? Thank you. Thanks.
Hi, thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm Linda Dano.
And I'm Jerry Penacoli. Welcome to Attitudes.
Right. Well, the clever Cleaver brothers.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada
Right.
boom.
Gotta
You
love those
remember
guys.
them? They're so wonderful.
Oh,
And
wild.
They're cooking pork today. They say
It's not bad
that
for you.
pork is okay for you.
We'll find out how
we
they
don't
fix
have to
it, right?
cook it to death
Good.
in order to eat it.
Also, we're going shopping today.
Yeah, Pat Finn is here from the
Yeah.
Lifetime show. Shop till you drop, so pay attention, ladies.
You love that title.
Well, I'm going to wear a beard and a mustache and go on the show. Because then I can go into a mall and win something.
And now, the bearded lady from Ringling
Yeah.
Brothers, Barnum and Bailey
Linda
Sisters.
Dano wins.
Yeah, right.
That's it. That's right.
Also with us, a funny guy, Gilbert Gottfried. You know him from, he does some movie intros on the cable network,
he
on
does
TNT.
a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And he made quite
Funny
a
guy.
stir at the Emmys this year. We'll
Yeah,
talk
he did.
about it. Yeah,
Oh,
he did.
But first, in the late 70s, our first guest was singled out as Bloomingdale's favorite model, and she soon went on to pursue her dream of acting, landing roles on Miami Vice and 227. Please help me welcome back the vivacious and the very beautiful Tuki Smith. What do you got there? Hi. How you doing, sweetheart?
Great.
Sit down, relax. Wow, look at you.
Hey!
Woo!
Hi, everybody.
You gotta love this color on her, huh?
Energy.
Oh, you have it, too.
I've got tons of it.
Where do you get it?
Tons
How do you
of it.
sustain it?
You sustain it by constantly being able to help people. When you help people and you really give it out, then what you're getting back makes all the difference in the world, and that keeps you going.
Now let's get right to the heart of the
Yeah.
matter here. You are doing so much in the fight against AIDS.
Right.
Tell us first of all, you know, we know your brother. Well, you tell us the
Well,
story.
I'll tell
us
you.
about Willie.
My brother was Willie Smith. Willie died.
And Willie
3
Smith
days, and
started.
Willie Smith started Willie Wear.
Right.
Willie opened the doors for a lot of young designers. We had a business together in the beginning. Then he went on with his partner Laura Mallet to do Willie Wear. He was international. He came home from India, had what they called Shigella, which is a parasite. It lasted for a month. 3 days in the hospital, Willie was dead. We didn't find out that he had AIDS until 7 days later, because at the time, almost 4 years ago, it wasn't as quick to get the test back.
Yeah.
Well, when you have that reality, you have no other choice but to go back and say, what happened?
Yeah.
And look at what is happening, because there's still not enough going on.
And to not be able to resolve that with him.
Absolutely. You know, he didn't even know. And for me, children are your future. So when this happened, I made a vow that we've got to help the children, and you've got to go back into your community. And I was raised that if you can help somebody, you feel so much better, and it brings a smile to your face. So if you can just do one thing, whether it's calling an AIDS patient, whether it's going up to Harlem Hospital to hold the babies, you know, it's not going to rub off on you.
Yeah.
Even if somebody needs a piece of fruit.
And people still don't realize
No,
that, do
they don't.
It's hard. As much
They don't.
education as we have, as
No.
much awareness as we
There's
have.
never enough education. I know I go out anytime I have a break from when I'm doing TV or movies, and that's why I did the holiday, which is called Willie Smith Day.
Yeah, tell us about that. Now, who's going to be there? When is it?
Okay, I'm very excited. It's going to be
Yeah.
November 10th And David Dinkins, the mayor, and his wife
Of New
are
York City.
honorary chairman.
Right.
And you have Cecily Tyson, you have Gregory Hines, you have Norma Kamali, you have Marty Scorsese.
Oh, just a few names,
You know, just
right?
a few
Yeah,
friends.
no big deal.
Yeah, you know, you got to help. And it's all about this extra day of giving back to the community where I can raise as much money for Hale House, which is Mother Hale, who takes
Mother
care
Hale.
of babies, who is so incredible.
She should be canonized
Yeah,
as saint.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And her daughter who take care of these babies. Also, I have a wonderful organization called I Cry, which deals with young people who are trying to do something. And they could be outside tearing everything up.
Yeah.
They're trying to do something with their lives.
You know, besides your brother, I mean, that was tragic in and of itself. You've had so many other tragedies in your life. I mean, you lost your mother to alcoholism.
Yeah, I did lose my mother.
You had a miscarriage with actor Robert De Niro, and that had to be a traumatic...
Well, I'll tell you what's traumatic. I lost my mother, and I find that women, a lot of women, are silent alcoholics. Alcoholism is a disease. If you don't begin to talk about it and educate people about it, when you go have your little cocktails in the afternoon and you constantly have your cocktails when you're out socially drinking, that's very, very dangerous. When you start drinking when you're young, it's very dangerous. But as a community, we have to come back and say, look, it's not easy. Certain things happen in life, and you go on. And you've got to have a good sense of humor. You got to be able to sing and dance, honey, and just really keep pushing. That's it.
Where'd you find the strength? I mean, after losing your baby.
I was that part of my life, I don't talk about at all. Because what I find is...
Why, Tuki? Why? Why are you so
because,
private about that?
Because I'm a private person. And when you're a private
you
person...
have such an outlook on
I do
life.
have an outlook, but there's certain things I talk about and the other things I don't. Because I feel as a personality that it is my right, and between people in the press, because you're in the public. So people are going to say whatever they want, but as an individual, it is my right to keep my private life private if I choose to. You will never see me get on the TV and talk about my private life. That's not who I am.
So you don't want to talk about your relationship
Not
with
at all.
Bob?
Oh, no, honey, I don't. You know what I say?
I gotta ask.
I know, if the world asks. I say my private life is private. P-R-I-V-A-T-E. And if you don't begin to take a stand like that, I'm an actress. I want people, you look at me as an actress first. That's important, not who my relationships are with. And then you deal with me as somebody who goes back in the community who is trying to help the young people, not who my boyfriend is, and also about alcoholism. I find we don't get to it. You can see ads, but you just don't get to it.
What would people be surprised to hear about Tuki Smith? What would shock people about you?
Well, that I'm quiet every once in a while. That I do have my moments where I am very quiet. I know no one believes that, but I do have my moments that I'm very quiet. And I get very frustrated when I see that there's not enough education and that people don't go back into the communities and that the community centers are not open and that when you talk about birth control and when you talk about abortion, hey, you got to get on it. And as a woman, it's your right. How dare them at this stage to know that we are going through this with things like abortion. So you have a day like Willie's Holiday, which is November 10th at the Tribeca Grill. And the
Bob De Niro's restaurant.
Okay, is 929. Here he goes again. 929-5383.
Okay, Tuki. What'd you bring me here?
I
What is
bought
this?
you a T-shirt, which was from last year.
Great.
You see?
I'll tell you what,
There
I
you
will
are.
wear this proudly. There it is,
think
Willie
you
Smith.
should.
And you know what?
And if you're in town
I'll
on
see you
November
there.
10th,
Am I invited?
I want you there. Absolutely. The tickets
That's
are
a date.
$250.
Okay, I'll be there.
Bye.
Mwah, bye, honey. Tuki Smith, folks. Linda?
Tuki, you have never been quiet. Meet the host of Lifetime's hottest new game show, Shop Till You Drop, with outrageous stunts for Jerry and I. But first, cooking fun with zany chefs, the clever Cleaver brothers, so don't miss it. Come back.
Still ahead, till death do us part. For some women, marriage is a death sentence. Help for victims of domestic violence.
They're fun, they're wacky, they're handsome, and boy, can they cook. Here with more of their zany kind of magic in the kitchen are Steve and Lee, the clever Cleaver brothers. Welcome them.
Hi, Linda.
What is with this?
Well,
What is this for?
We're the Clever Cleaver Brothers. Now, Steve Casarino, that's who I am with the pots and pans. I really am, man. You gotta move my gears with plenty of oil. I heat up like a pot that's about to boil. I like to eat and I like to have fun, so I put the two together. They should equal one.
Lee Garavitz is the name you want to know. Cooking with the ladies is the only way I go. With a pinch of humor and a dash of flair, the other TV chefs don't begin to compare. I work the kitchen with obvious ease. I dress in a mirror that sure do please.
Now the frugal gourmet might have had his day, but the Clever Cleaver Brothers are here to stay. Ho! All right. All right.
Well, boys, it's nice to see you again.
Always a pleasure.
Always. Yeah.
Always.
How's
Always,
it
Elga.
going? Busy?
Busy boys.
You gave up your real
busy.
jobs. You're doing this full time now.
We're
aren't
doing
you?
this for fun, yeah.
Yes, this is a real job.
You're not
Yes.
getting paid, huh?
We're not.
Money.
Except for fun.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Greyhound's still running. Maybe we can catch a bus out of this town.
All right.
We're outta
What are
there.
you cooking today?
Today we're
Well,
going to make medallions of pork
with a green peppercorn sauce
called Pork Royale,
That's right.
also known as the Royal Pork.
that's
All
what
right,
the king said.
shall we tell them what the ingredients are?
Sure, why not?
Certainly.
For
All right.
who?
1½ teaspoons butter, 1½ teaspoons salad oil, 2 cloves garlic, 2 sprigs fresh rosemary, 6 pieces pork tenderloin, 2 tablespoons Madeira wine, 1 tablespoon green peppercorns, and a 1/4 cup whipping cream. Oh, that feels good. Keep doing that. All right. Is this part of the cooking
You got to
process?
massage it
Yeah,
first.
well, hey.
And for good measure, we're going
Yeah.
to throw in a few dashes of bitters because we know how much you like bitters.
I
You got
do?
it, babe.
I
Oh,
do.
yeah.
So
All
let's
right.
start cooking.
You married, either one of you, yet?
Nope,
No,
we're very
still working on it.
Still
single.
looking for girls.
I got my eye on one. Hey, we're going to
Keep
start
looking
cooking
out
right
there.
now.
Go
She's
ahead,
watching
throw
me. We're
it
going
in.
to start off with a little butter in the pan.
Okay.
Now to that we're going to add some oil. We call this fortified butter because the oil strengthens the butter so that it will not burn on this high heat.
That's
Now
true.
we're going to add some garlic, that's right. Some garlic, cloves. that we just
Okay.
cut
And
in
your
half.
sprigs of rosemary.
Just like that, just stuck in there like that.
Well, the reason why
Gotcha.
we do that is so you can remove them afterwards.
You don't put them on the
yes.
plate? No?
Oh, no.
No.
Because, you know, it gets caught and you start choking
Yeah.
and we got to hit you in the back.
It doesn't smell so good
It's
yet,
just going
does
to
it?
it's just going to flavor this fortified
see.
butter and oil here.
Now, you
Place that in
guys,
there.
how did you come up with the name, the Clever Cleavers?
Well, we
Because you're
sat
not
around
really
with a-
brothers.
you're giving away all our secrets. Claiming we're
Right.
single, that was okay. Now
That's
that I'm
okay.
brother.
You're not brothers.
Yeah.
Now, how did you come up with it?
Well, the name of our company is Clever Cleaver Productions with the meat cleaver. And, of course, Steve and I we're
clever.
brothers.
Hey, we're brothers.
Bin Spirit.
Bada bing, bada
Boom.
bing.
Now, we're going to let that cook for about 40 seconds or so on each side.
You
That's
guys
right.
watch other TV talk
Sure we
shows?
do.
all the
Cook
time.
shows?
Cook shows, that's our
Like,
favorite.
we've had a lot on here.
Like who?
Pasquale, Justin Wilson.
Ah, Justin Wilson has his personal flair with occasion cooking. He's pretty fair. But black and red fish only goes so far with a box of pepper and a Tabasco jar. We hope we don't sound like we really don't care, but don't expect us to shed a tear. You had your shot, now join the rest. Move on over, make room for the best. Come back.
What? Hey. Do you wrap everything?
Everything. Drives the
Everything?
girls nuts.
Just about.
You do this on dates? The wrapping?
That's why we're still single.
That's right.
We want to go ahead and deglaze with some, we want to remove this.
Why don't you guys make an album?
We do have a single out called
do?
Cooking.
Cooking.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to buy it. It must
Certainly.
be strange. You can
Gotta
cook
be
to it.
fun.
Sure.
Now, is this healthy? Pork?
Very
Pork
good.
is very healthy for you. It's
Why?
known as the other white meat. Oh, you could buy it and it's low in fat in certain parts of the pork, like the
It's
pork
as good
loin.
as like chicken and that sort of thing? Really?
Delicious. Good for you.
Because I love
for
it.
ya.
But do you have to cook it to death?
No. See,
You
that
are.
was the olden days. Back in
Yeah.
ancient times, you had to worry about
Medieval.
trichinosis and everything. You don't have to worry about that anymore. They cure it just right, so do not worry.
Don't
See,
worry.
that's Italian cooking. You know, you
Yeah,
cook
right.
with your hands and it goes all over.
I gotta make
what
the
we're going
sauce
to do
right
now is go ahead and put the whipping cream right in.
Big deal. In
No,
my
it's
house, that's
okay.
where you put the towel.
Yeah.
That's why he put the extra Madeira wine in. We don't need all that. I put the whipping cream
What
in.
is this?
Green
Capers?
peppercorns. We're going to put the green peppercorns right in there. They're nice and edible. They're soft and got good flavor.
And I saved the best for
bitters.
last. A few dashes of the Angostura aromatic bitters. It's great flavor without the salt.
Shall we put it on the plate?
Absolutely.
Let's try it.
Let's say, Olga, let's
All right.
place it on the plate.
Yes, let's place it on the plate.
Let's do that.
Did you do all this fancy stuff?
Sure,
Nice and
sure.
fancy
People eat with their
schmancy.
eyes.
What's going to happen when one of you gets married?
Well, what's your... I don't
Someone will have
understand
another house to go over to eat.
the nature of the question.
Well, I don't know. Will you
It never
continue to
separates...
cook?
Are you kidding? It doesn't... Women do not separate the good team.
That's
They
right.
enhance it.
It's
It's
true.
only enhanced.
Just an
Never
enhancement.
overwhelm.
Okay.
All right. Now we're just going to put some sauce.
A little bit of sauce.
That's right. Mix that
All right.
sauce up. Don't be afraid.
We would have had more, wouldn't we, if you hadn't spilled it on the
Oh, if I hadn't
Well,
spilled it.
Hey, we have enough.
We have enough, really?
Should always
Give it
enhance.
me.
All right, I'm going over to the table.
Look at us.
Good,
Where
Where do you
killing
want
it.
me to sit?
Between
us.
the
Of
boys.
course.
Like a
How did I
sandwich,
know
a good
that?
sandwich.
All
Cleaver
right,
sandwich,
boys.
that is.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh,
You're quite
thank
welcome.
you, gentlemen. Thank
It's our
you.
pleasure. That's
All
why
right.
we're here.
Shall we? All right.
Free meal.
If any of you would like this recipe, and I'll tell you in a minute if you should call and get it, please write to us, self-addressed stamped envelope 2, Pork Royale, care of Attitudes, 34-12 36th Street, Astoria, New York, 11106. Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's
you
good.
should write for this one. This is
We
good.
guarantee we don't did you right, baby.
Bye, Bob. Goodbye, boy.
Thank you.
Better than the dish.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody.
Comedian Gilbert Gottfried explains why he should be on death row. Coming up next. Be right back.
Well, our next guest has been described as a breathtaking comic collage that people find totally irresistible. His comic charm has most recently earned him a verbal slap from a network at this year's Emmy Awards for his defense of Pee Wee Herman. Please welcome the outspoken and very funny Gilbert Gottfried. Yes, that's nice.
I didn't
That's
shake
better.
hands with anyone over there.
Do you want to?
Well, you know,
All
very
right.
quickly.
Yeah, let's try it. Go ahead.
But
They will be offended if
No,
you don't.
listen,
Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah. Good.
Great. Hi, nice meeting you.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi, how do you do? If you don't shake hands with people on this side, then they're going to say, oh, he shook hands with people on that side. What does he have against us? Yeah, it's like, oh, I ignored the middle.
Do you want to go up there? Well, yeah, we could go
those
up
people
there.
I never really liked.
Come on. You didn't
Okay.
like them?
Yeah.
Go ahead, shake hands.
I'm just doing this
That's good.
because it's on the air.
Yeah.
Normally, I wouldn't shake hands with anyone here. If I met any of you in a social setting, I would avoid you. But now, you know, since it's on TV, I have to look like a nice guy.
Oh, I'm trying. I'm following you. You want to sit? What do you
Yeah,
think?
all right.
All right.
Yeah,
fine.
okay, I'll sit.
All right,
Unless there's
let's
someone
sit.
else I have to shake hands with.
You can shake mine.
Oh.
How do you do?
Hi, nice
hi.
meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you. Well, I guess that's
Well,
our show.
That's it. Thanks for
yeah,
coming.
thank you. So what kind of a show is it? Are we going to sell like porcelain dolls now, or?
Really?
Yeah.
Do you want to do that? Is
Yeah.
that kind of shows you normally
Yeah,
do?
I feel like any minute now we're going to bring out a porcelain doll and they'll say $9.95, order now.
No.
I'm going to give some tips to improve your homes, too.
Are you?
There's something
Today?
about cable that...
Yeah, that
yeah.
just sort of makes you want to do
It
that.
makes you want to do
Yeah,
that.
it does.
Yes.
Tell everybody what happened at the Emmy
Yes.
Awards. Tell me what happened.
Speaking of makes you want to do
you,
that.
Yeah, really.
Yes.
What did you do with
Yes,
the Emmy Awards?
I know, it's a horrible thing. Yes.
What did you do?
Yes. Well,
What did you say?
I know, that's why I have to be... Maybe you shouldn't be shaking my hand.
Maybe.
Yes. Me and Pee Wee Herman, you shouldn't shake hands with either one of us. Or at least hand us a wash and dry first.
What
like-
did you say? Now the network
Yes.
turned you off.
Like here.
in
take-
the East.
Clean your hand off with this towel and then I'll be glad to be your friend. Okay, maybe that one went a little far.
Yeah, they didn't
I'm
get it.
sorry, I'm
Yeah.
apologizing.
Apologize. for that.
Yes, I'm apologizing.
Did
I
you get
apologize
reprimanded?
For everything. Not directly. I went on the Emmy Awards.
Yeah.
And you don't have to look that concerned.
Well, I'm worried about your career.
Yes. Oh, okay. At least someone is.
Thank God.
Certainly my agent's not. Yes. Okay, so I went on the Emmy Awards, and I did this thing about, I said, boy, I can certainly sleep better knowing Pee Wee Herman's been arrested. And then I said, if masturbation's a crime, I should be on death row.
Oh, my God. Is that what you
Yes.
said?
Yes.
Did Pee-wee call you?
No, he didn't call me.
Well, he should. You're probably the only one that came to his defense.
Well, maybe his hands were busy at the time. You know, he would have to dial a phone with his nose or something. It's not a pretty sight.
Oh, that's hilarious. I don't know why that's hilarious.
Yes.
In a sick kind of way.
Yes, in a sick kind of way.
In a sick kind of way.
It's a very sick kind of way.
What?
Yeah, that's easy for you to say.
Yeah, well, not really.
Like talking to Elmer Fudd.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yes.
What kind
Just
of
move your hand up a little higher.
Came
Yeah.
from... Why did you behave? Do you feel we've lost this whole thing here?
Yeah, I don't think we ever had them.
We don't have them anymore.
No longer.
Did you get in trouble? I mean, does that kind of thing hurt your career? Does it help it? Probably helps it.
Oh, no, it hurts my anatomy. But, they censored it. They gave a formal apology to the American public. Yeah, the American public never asked for an apology, but they felt they wanted one no matter what.
No matter what.
Yeah, whether you are offended or not, we're apologizing.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you have a best friend?
No.
I didn't think so.
No, I'm
No
sorry.
one?
No,
You're
none.
alone
None.
and lonely?
None, yes.
Really?
Yes. What are you doing after the show?
Not with you, nothing.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Stop that. Why do you say you're the Jewish
I don't
Tammy
know.
Wynette?
After you touched my thigh, I felt like...
We were bonded?
Yeah. I felt like we were a lot closer.
You're a lot closer.
Yes.
I'm not.
Yes. Well, I'll just be moving closer as we speak.
All right.
Okay.
Did you hear my question?
Oh, no, I wasn't listening.
I didn't think so.
Yeah.
Jewish
No, I'm sorry, I wasn't
Tammy
paying.
Wynette.
Yes, that's what I think of myself as.
Why?
Well, I really have no idea.
Is this our bonding
Yes,
thing?
yes, we're bonding. We're practically the same person.
Do you have a favorite joke?
None.
None?
No, my favorite jokes I said on the Emmy, and it almost ruined my career. So don't ask me my favorite jokes. They all have to do with Pee Wee Herman or masturbation. So
That's
yeah,
your whole routine?
that's my whole routine.
Do you have a worse
That's
joke?
the clean stuff. That's just my TV material. That's the stuff I cleaned up for the national public.
So you're really, like, dirty.
What? No. Hey, are you kidding? Andrew Dice Clay walked out on me.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, you did that movie.
He said, this guy's disgusting. Oh.
I have to ask you.
Yeah, go right ahead.
You're not married, are you?
No. In fact, I can't even get a date. That's... fact, which leads me back to the jokes I started with. Yeah.
Have you ever been married?
Please, we're in the middle of something.
We're bonding here,
Yeah.
please.
Can you people run out and take a walk or something? We need this room for about an hour.
Not that long.
Yeah, I know.
Not that long.
Well, I meant in case you want to watch TV and order lunch.
Oh, God, you're funny.
Gee, thanks.
You are. Do you have a mother?
Oh, no, not that I know of.
It just dropped you somewhere?
Yeah. I think they had their names changed, so it's
You
been
can't
hard looking
find
them
them.
up, yes.
Have you always been like this?
What, short and Jewish? Oddly enough, I used to be a tall black man. And quite muscular, too. What happened? I don't know.
It's those minerals you take.
Yes, I used to be a football player. I don't know what happened along
You
the way.
just woke up
I
like
used
this.
to look exactly like Rosie Greer.
Really?
Yes. But then something changed.
You went on the Emmy.
Yes, that's what happened.
That's it.
That's
God,
it.
I hate to say goodbye to you.
Okay,
I haven't had this much fun
I'll
in
be
months.
on Night Court on the 18th and the 25th, getting in another plug. Night Court, the 18th and the 25th.
You can come back anytime.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, who says I'm going to leave?
You're not?
Yeah.
Well, you could just stick around.
Okay,
I
I'll
don't
just
mind.
stick around and, like,
Stick
watch you
around.
bring more cooks on the show and stuff.
Like that.
Yes.
You're hungry. I'll
Yes.
take you in the back.
Oh, I beg your... Ooh, that's what I was waiting for you to say.
You're great. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think.
Welcome back to Attitudes. I'm Jerry Penacoli. When it comes to domestic violence, the statistics and the research are shocking. Listen to this. More than 50%, that's 1 out of every 2 women, are battered at some time in their lives. And every 15 seconds, somewhere in this country, a woman is abused by her partner. Now, at least 2/3 of these partners threaten to kill the women. To examine this issue, let's take a look at Lifetime Television's Your Family Matters special called Prisoners of Wedlock, hosted by Farrah Fawcett. It's airing Wednesday, September 25th at 9 p.m. Take a look.
Domestic violence emergencies account for 1/3 of police responses across the country. In fact, statistics show that 1 in 2 women will be beaten in her lifetime. This year in America, 4 million women will be beaten by their husbands or their boyfriends. 4,000 will die. 100 years ago, the law allowed a man to beat his wife with a stick no thicker than his thumb. The rule of thumb law may be gone, but the attitude remains, in jokes and in fact. As women, we like to think that we would leave any relationship at the very first hint of violence. And although this may be a comforting thought, it is not the reality.
Paulette could have been featured in this documentary. She's been married to her husband for 13 years. During that time, she has been wife, mother, lover, and provider. And for those 13 years, her husband was beating her. She recently left her husband for the 3rd time. And despite everything that has happened, she says, I can't say that I don't love him because I do. Also meet Nancy Clark. She's deputy editor of Family Circle magazine. Now, Nancy says that domestic violence is a critical issue, one that is tearing women's lives apart. Family Circle is so concerned about this issue that they, in conjunction with Lifetime Television, are conducting a nationwide survey to find out your opinions and experiences. Today, we're asking our own Attitude studio audience some of the survey's questions. Now, you can find the entire survey in the October 15th issue of Family Circle magazine that's on your newsstands right now. And please welcome Paulette and Nancy, will you? Paulette, if you would, please, just paint the picture for us. When did the abuse start, and what did he do to you?
Well, several months after we got married, about 6 months after we were married, he just said that the honeymoon was over, pretty much.
After 7 months?
Yeah.
And you were with him for 13 years? And you were the provider? He didn't work?
Off and on.
Yeah. What did he do to you, Paulette? What kinds of abuse did you endure?
Well, he used to choke me, punch me, you know, use weapons when he felt like it. You know, I fought him back. It would last for all of 10 minutes, you know, until I gave in.
So you did fight back?
Oh, yes.
Did that provoke him even more?
Yes. You know, I can remember when they would say, you know, if you didn't provoke him, maybe it wouldn't last as long, or maybe it would just be an argument, but...
Tell us what the worst incident that you can remember was.
The worst incident I can remember is the last one, when I was going out to go find a job. He wasn't working at the time. And he wanted money, and I, you know, was going to use it for car fare to go do what I had to do. And he grabbed me, and then he went to hit me, and he was choking me, and he almost broke my arm. But more than that, he spit at me. And I think that was worse than, you know, the pain of, you know, being beat up with him for many years. He spit at me, and that was worse than anything he could have ever done.
Because of the degradation of it?
Yes. You know, and he's humiliated me, and it's been in front of people, and, you know, you make excuses for why he's doing it.
You know, we're going to talk more about why women stay in these situations, but tell us personally why you put up with it. Why did you stay, Paulette?
I stayed because it was important to me that my marriage work. I wanted to be married to him, and I loved him, and I wanted it to work. I thought maybe he would change, you know, if I would do things to help him out a little bit. He always complained that I didn't support him. I gave him as much as I could, but...
So you put it on you. You said, what could I do to change him, to make him better? You have children?
Yes, 4.
And did they witness these abusive incidents?
On several occasions. They witnessed it, and it bothered them. It put them through a lot. They were like, Mom, when are you going to leave? When are you going to stop taking this? And, you know, put us first. They wanted me to put them and myself and just get out of it, because he said, we can do better. We can do it without him.
Now, you left twice before.
Yes, I did.
What brought you back?
because I wanted it to work. I loved him. I wanted it to work. I thought he was going to get better. He told me he was going to get better, you know.
And you believed him?
Yeah.
Nancy, is this typical?
The research shows that there is a very predictable cycle in domestic violence. There is, following an episode of battering, almost always a honeymoon period where the man apologizes, he's so sorry, he really didn't mean it, he'll never do it again, he'll change, and then there may be a period of hours, days, weeks, months when everything's fine. And then it happens again. They don't change.
Why is it so widespread? I mean, these statistics, as we pointed out, are shocking. Why is it so common? 1 in 2 women will be beaten in their lives.
I think probably it's more reported than it used to be. I mean, in one sense, it may be simply that it's coming out of the closet. People women are standing up for themselves, and they're saying, I don't deserve this, and I won't take it anymore, and so they're reporting it. There are theories that in tough economic times it gets worse because people get frustrated if they can't find jobs, and they take it out on their families. But it's a crucial issue that really is tearing families apart.
All right, now your survey appears in the October 15th issue of Family Circle, yes. And you've teamed up with us, with Lifetime Television. And what we're going to do is we're just going to ask a couple of the questions that are in the survey of our studio audience. And the first one is, what do you consider to be forms of abuse? And what's your answer to that? What do you think is abuse?
Emotion, humiliation, and of course physical abuse.
So more than just physical abuse. You think emotional abuse also counts?
Without a doubt.
Nancy?
Absolutely. We've found, again, the research shows that the first signs of abuse can be name-calling, can be making fun of your cooking in front of guests. I mean, in some instances, of course, it's perfectly, you know, it's part of a normal marriage, but something as seemingly innocent as making fun of you could be a warning sign.
Did it start that way for you, Paulette?
Yes, with the name calling.
And then it went to then more physical abuse.
It was like embarrassing to be in front of people, be with other people, and you knew that at any time he could just call you anything he wanted to.
What did you do in a case like that when you were in front of your friends and it happened?
Well, of course, I couldn't keep my mouth shut, so I ended up we would go word for word, and it would end up into a fight. Because
Did you recommend that, Nancy? Is that a good move?
Oh, I think it's very hard to say what's a good move. I think a woman has to do what makes her, you know, maintains her self-esteem. If being if just doing nothing, I think in many cases doing nothing would be just as provoking to a batterer as talking back to him.
All right, now this question goes along the lines of that issue, and it's a very sensitive one. Do you think that women provoke their own battering?
Sometimes they do, by answering word for word and being there and creating a volcano. Get out of there and not add to the situation.
So you're saying just walk away from it?
I would, because you can't fight with a wall.
Nancy?
I think it works in some cases. In some cases, women try to leave the room, and he'll follow you out of the room and, you know, and continue to attack.
Okay, the next question is, would you marry a man if you knew that he had abused a previous partner? Would you?
Absolutely not. Abuse is about power and control. One person's need to have power and control over another. That's not going to stop. If he abused one partner, there's no reason why he's not going to try to abuse me. I would not marry a man who is abusive.
Did you have any inkling, Paulette, that your husband was abusive before you married him?
Yes, just a little, but not with me, you know, with other people. I knew he had a quick temper.
All right, the next question is, what do you think would change an abusive relationship for the better, if anything?
Well, I think a major consideration would be if he was willing to get help and acknowledge that he has a problem. And maybe then you could work through it. But I think he has to acknowledge he has a problem. And if there's something there, most people just choose to ignore the situation.
How much does counseling help, Nancy?
I think it's the only hope for abusive men. Some do change through counseling. Interestingly, the most effective thing that a battered woman can do is call the police. There was a major study done.
But how much does police intervention really help? I've read articles where women say it doesn't help at all.
Or it makes it worse. It helps if they arrest him. It turns out that's the only form of intervention that has actually made a difference in the incidence of abuse. They did a study on it, and men who were actually arrested and spent the night in jail were less likely to be abusive again.
Did you ever think of calling the police, Paulette, or have you ever?
I've called them numerous occasions.
And what happened?
And they either had him leave the house, they didn't arrest him, and that made things worse once he got back, you know, so.
Okay, and the next question, if you suspected a friend was being abused, what would you do?
I would first confront her and encourage her to speak to me if she couldn't speak to anyone else. Offer my support if that meant taking her into my home, but trying to make her realize, as was said, that it's something that's probably going to happen again, and ignoring it is not going to make the problem go away.
What are the warning signs, Nancy? What should a woman look for if she does suspect that a neighbor or a best friend or whomever is possibly being beaten?
Well, of course, obvious signs are the sounds of arguments and the, you know, bruises and injuries. However, I think you can also be sensitive to a woman making excuses. No, I can't go shopping with you today. No, I can't talk to you on the phone. Sorry, I'm not going to the PTA meeting. These are all warning signs that someone is really being controlled and not allowed to live their own life.
Did you ever reach out to a friend, Paulette, when you were going through this?
Well, to my family, I tried to. In the beginning, I didn't want anyone to know what was going on.
Yeah, it must have been so hard. You're right, the embarrassment. You want to keep it to yourself,
and I
right?
wanted to keep it to myself. And then when I reached out to them, they did try to help me on several occasions, and then I went back.
How did you get help?
This last time, I just called and found out that there were other women that were, you know, had the same problem that I did. And it helped me out a lot, being able to talk about it and speaking to other women.
You went to a battered women's shelter?
Yes, I did. And it worked. And I found that, you know, I'm not just a domestic violence victim, but I'm a survivor. I'm going to be okay. You know?
Good for you. If you're a victim of domestic violence, there is help. And you should get help just like Paulette did. There's a number you can call. It's the National Domestic Violence Hotline. That number is 1-800-333-SAFE. And don't forget to look for the October 15th issue of Family Circle magazine at your newsstands and take the quiz at home yourself. And also don't forget to watch Lifetime's Your Family Matters special called Prisoners of Wedlock, hosted by Farrah Fawcett on Wednesday, September 25th at 9 p.m. Paulette, good for you. I'm glad you got help, and best of luck to you. Nancy, thank you very much for being with us as well. We'll be right back. Our next guest has predicted the weather, hosted a talk show, and reported the news.
Sounds like you, doesn't it? His latest skill is helping spend $1,000 in 90 seconds twice a day at 1:30 and 6:30 as host of Lifetime's new game show, Shop Till You Drop. I like that name. Please welcome Pat Finn.
Hey, Pat. Good to see you.
Hey, great to meet you.
Have a seat, man.
Come sit down, please. Did you really do all of those things?
Believe it or
No,
not.
he lied.
No, I mean, you
That's
know,
one of the reasons I
sometimes we
admire
read
you,
things.
because I love people that can do different things.
Yeah.
And just like
Do you
you.
like
You
the
don't
game
admire me
show?
for doing different things, though, do you?
No, as a matter of fact.
No, not really.
Not at all.
I'm sorry.
Now that you asked.
People who do different things well, I meant to say.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just kidding,
Well,
Jeff.
Pat, very nice having you on the show today. Okay, it was time for you to leave, wasn't it?
We're buds. We grew up in the same neighborhood.
Are you from Philadelphia?
He's from
or
Wilkes-Barre,
You're from
and I'm from
Scranton.
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 Yeah, so we go way back.
Major
Did
homeboys,
you know
right?
each other in Pennsylvania?
No,
You
not at
didn't.
all. I just knew that he was on one of the local stations there, and so it's a pleasure to
Do you
meet
like the
after all
game
these
show,
years.
though? Is it fun for you?
You know, it's the best part-time job in the world, because you go in, you do 6 shows in a day, and you have a blast.
And then you're off the rest of the week?
Well, we actually do 3 days in a row,
Oh,
so
you
we'll
do?
tape 1 week and
Yeah.
then be off for a couple of weeks, so it's wonderful.
you did a good job.
A real good job. Now,
Yeah.
tell us what the show's all about for people who haven't seen it yet.
For the 2 people that haven't seen it yet.
That's right.
Actually, we're doing really well, which is so
I
exciting.
hear.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Lots of people
yeah.
watching. It's a game show where people get a chance to play some stunts and have fun. We have couples that compete on the show,
And then you get a chance to answer some questions about shopping, and then get a chance for the trips, like you said, to London and
Yeah,
Paris.
you go to a
exotic
trip.
places.
They send you places to shop, so you
Yeah.
don't go to, you know, some little dinky store.
Right.
You go to Europe, or that's... Well, we have a clip. Let's show everybody a little bit
Yeah, what are we
about
gonna be
the
seeing?
show.
Okay,
Pat, you
this
wanna
is
set it
for
up?
people going to a baby store who got their list mixed up, so they had to move the blocks around to spell out names of items they'd buy at the baby store.
Okay.
And I think we can get a chance to see it right here.
All right, let's take a look.
10 seconds left. All four sides.
All right, you look happy. You've been paying close attention. Let's turn it around here, starting off on this side to see if we have the words that are right here. Can step right up here, and let's see if we did it. First of all, on this side, we have W-A-L-K-E-R. That is a walker, and that is absolutely correct. Spin it around here. Next up, we have diaper, another baby item. Spin it around again, and we have a bottle. Very good. And that, of course, leaves one word left. We have a rattle, and we have a word. Yeah! Congratulations. Head on back up to our home base here.
Wow.
I guess high-fiving all the time. Is that like a little trademark of the show?
Yeah, well, people are just so excited when you get out there. It's amazing to be around the energy. It's so
What
high.
do they win?
They win. They went on to win a trip to Hong Kong, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have any of the stunts ever backfired? Any of the ones you've done?
Well, we've done a couple of pretty good. We did one with a you know the Lucy scene from I Love Lucy where chocolates come down a conveyor belt and they have to pack them?
Sure.
All right, so they're coming down the conveyor belt. They have to either pack them or eat them so they don't fall off the end of the belt. So they've got a mouthful about this big of chocolates.
I should be on this show.
You'd be so good.
Put on this show.
Go behind there, and there's a delay of like 30 seconds or a minute. They're not back out yet because they should go back out and either swallow or get rid of.
They choke to death.
Yeah, that's the real sad end of that story. No. But the woman doesn't like chocolate, so she was back there and she was trying to swallow them off. But for the most part, stunts go very well. They're safe and fun.
Yeah.
Now, on a serious note, you have helped a little kid from Haiti, and we want to talk about that because you really get involved in a lot of charitable projects as well. Tell us about Alex.
Alex Desiree was, Kathy, my wife, and I are involved with a foundation called the Children of Haiti Foundation, and we had heard of a little boy over there who needed a heart operation, and unless they did the operation, he was going to die, a 4-year-old boy. So they couldn't do it on the island, so we had to find doctors in the U.S., and some doctors from UCLA agreed to do the operation, and we brought him over, and not only, he was also deaf, believe it or not, so not only did he get the heart operation, so he's going to live for the rest of his life, he got 2 hearing aids, and he was able to hear. We were there the day that he heard for the first time at 4 years old.
That's nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's really amazing stuff.
Nice stuff.
All right, now, you told us about the chocolate stunt. Well, funny you should bring that up.
Yeah, look what's here. What are you doing? Now, this is
We
a
brought
stunt?
some marshmallows. Now, you're supposed to work some stunt with us.
Well,
What
we
is
thought
it?
we'd just have some fun here. And, you know, you
Okay.
said you should be on the show because you like putting things in your
Right.
mouth, and we thought we'd give you that opportunity. In fact, why don't you have a seat right here? We'll give you an idea of the way the stunts work on the show and the way that we have fun. So we'll put
Get
this
ready,
ball-
Linda. Do you like marshmallows?
Yeah, I like everything.
All right, so
A good thing.
in a moment, I'm going to ask you to put this in your mouth. And
Okay.
once you do, I'm going to show you a phrase that you're going to say out loud. At that point, Jerry, you just need to repeat it back to me.
All right, so I don't see these cards.
You don't see these
Okay.
cards. You repeat back what she's trying to say.
Okay.
right.
After we get the first one, we go on to the second one. Again, you repeat a phrase and come
And
back.
she puts another marshmallow in her mouth?
Right. If you
Okay.
can get 5 marshmallows and 5 phrases, you'd win the stunt on our show. And you'd be going to Paris. Are you ready?
I go to Paris?
Yeah, first marshmallow. in your
Oh, here
mouth.
she goes.
All right. Starts off easy. Now, you can't chew and you can't swallow once you put them in there. Start
Okay.
off with the first one. Go ahead.
Sally sells seashells by the seashore.
Sally sells seashells by the seashore.
Yeah, just like she said,
Okay,
too. Very
yeah,
good.
right.
Next one.
Peter, Peter, pumpkin eater.
Very good. You're
Don't
doing
chew.
great.
Don't
Next one.
chew.
Don't chew.
Don't chew.
Don't cheat now. You can't. No.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Very good. Next one. No chewing.
Hop till you stop. Oh, shop till you drop.
All right. Last one. Last one. Ready?
No idea.
Do it again. Listen carefully. Again.
Oh, rubber baby, buddy, butter. Yeah, you did it. You're going to Paris. Yay, congratulations. You're going to Paris.
Very good.
That's being shot till you drop on Lifetime every day, 1:30 and 6:30, right? Thanks. Pleasure to meet you. We'll be right back.
To have
have you be part of Attitudes. If you would like tickets, please send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Attitudes Tickets, 34-12 36th Street, Astoria, New York, 11106. Or give us a call, area code 718-706-3575. We'll see you there.
You ever eat marshmallows again?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, yes. That was fun, wasn't it?
That was fun.
I thought
honest to
so,
God.
too.
Don't forget to watch Pat host Lifetime Shop Till You Drop weekdays at, what, 1:30? And then following Supermarket Sweep at 6:30 p.m. right here on Lifetime.
I'll be the one with the beard and the mustache, so you'll
With the
know it's
marshmallows
me
in
with
your
the
mouth.
marshmallows. That's right. Bye, everybody.
Bye,
See you tomorrow.
folks. See you tomorrow.
Coming up next, he's spicy, dicey, and anything but icy. Find out what's cooking with the hottest chef in town, the Frugal Gourmet. Next, right here on Lifetime.